Hey guys, it's layout update time. Happy Friday. Hope everybody had a good week and hope you enjoyed this video here today, but we're going to be doing something a little bit different here for this layout update. I thought I'd try something a little bit different here just because, well, I'll explain, but we're going to be doing a flashback here. So we're going to look back at one of my older videos and see how far the layout has come. And we're going to go back all the way to the very beginning, 4 years ago. I think it was June 20th, 2020, was like my third video that I posted. And it's actually a good sort of layout overview too, because you'll kind of see what I was thinking 4 years ago. I kind of go over a lot of the, you know, where the layout is based and stuff like that. You know, like some of the videos that I do where I, you know, kind of do a full layout sort of overview sort of thing. But it's from 4 years ago, and then we can you know, take a quick look right here. I'll give you a quick view of the layout right now as it stands, because the video we're going to look back on is going to kind of explain a whole bunch of stuff and my reasoning, and you know, where the layout is situated, you know, where the location is and all that kind of stuff, and some of the industries and the track plan and all that good stuff. But it's kind of neat to sort of maybe look back a little bit. And look at this, this is even, it's even before the new orange sort of expansion. So this stuff right here is not even in that video right there, but we do have our yard and just sort of the basic construction. You're gonna see stuff. It's a kind of nice little contrast, I thought. And you know, to be kind of a little bit selfish and honest, it's so hot that it's even hot this morning here in the garage, and you know, I just figured, what the heck, maybe we'll try something a little bit different. I don't know if I'll do this on a regular basis, but at least let's give it a try and see how it looks. So we're going to jump in and see the original video from 4 years ago. You'll see what the layout looks like back then and everything, and get a good view, well, at least a decent idea of what my thinking was way back then when I started this layout. So let's jump in there and take a look. All right, guys, so let's do a layout update. Had a lot of stuff that got done since the last video. So I think this is going to be number 3. I'm going to call it layout update number 3. And I thought we'd go over, just take a look at the map here. You'll see what I'm going to be modeling. So Southern California, Orange County, LA. We're going to start out over here. And I've traced this on maps, but here's the Los Nitos, if I'm saying that right, UP yard. I'll take a look at it right here. There it is, Union Pacific. So this is going to be our yard. And then we're going to follow the train line all the way down into Orange County. And here's our first set of businesses or industries that we're going to service. So we've got Royal Plywood right here. We've got Southern Wine and Spirits over here, and these are all little end tracks. Let's see, what else do we have here? And then we've got, almost forgot, we got Liberty Vegetable, which is over here. Where is that? Hard to see on this map. Oh, there it is. So that's actually the first one we're gonna take a look at. And I chose this one basically because it's a vegetable oil, so there's lots of tankers and stuff like that. We can do a lot of tankers right there. All right, and then we head down this way, and then we do Southern Wine and Spirits, Royal Plywood, United Polymer, Shasta Beverage, and then we're going to keep on heading down into Orange County. I think that last part, that's La Mirada, so we're already in Orange County. But follow it all the way around over here, right by Disneyland. Go by Disney, it actually circles all the way back around over here. And here's our C&R Recycling. It's this recycling plant. Let that load. I kind of wanted to have a junkyard or something like that, and you know, use like gondolas, and this is the perfect spot. Don't see anything parked right here now, but I think it'll make for a nice scene. So after that, we kind of stop over here. So this is heading down towards, oh, what was it? The next one is this one here, sorry. California Edison. So that's SoCal Edison. So this will be kind of cool. This is SoCal Edison is our electric company here, and they have meter services. So you can see they've got a spur running in here. I think you can do lots of flat cars and coil cars, things like that. And then we're going to go over to, I know these are kind of jumped back and forth, but just the way I had them listed, excuse me, in the list over here. I'm going to move that one up so that one actually goes over to here. And so yeah, there's a little spur here. It was just an interesting company, I thought. Marble Supplies, Terrazzo and Marble Supply. So we'll be able to do some flat cars, box cars for that industry. I'm going to keep on heading down here. Let me zoom out a little bit. One of the places I am going to model, I think, is this Vans building. So right over here in Huntington Beach now, there is the Vans store, and we can take a look at it on Google Maps here in a second, but it looks really cool. They've got a whole skate park over here. I was thinking of modeling that, but probably just going to do the store. We'll see how much space I have available. And then we kind of head down to, let's see, we did Edison. Oh, Surfers Outlet. This is kind of an interesting industry. It's not actually serviced by the train today, but I just thought it kind of fit what I was trying, sort of the theme, you know, Southern California, Orange County, and there's the Surfers Outlet, Jack Surfboards. And it does have a spur right over here for something else, but I'm gonna make an industry out of that. And then finally, Reliable Lumber, which is, let me zoom out a little bit here, but it's at the end of the spur, and it's a lumber yard, because who doesn't want to model that? And they have a spur coming in here. You can see the cars right here, getting plywood and different lumber and everything like that. So that's the location that I'm going to be modeling and the route. It's all serviced by Union Pacific. I'm not quite sure exactly what time frame I'm going to do it, but basically present to like the last 10, 15 years, something like that. Let's take a look at the actual layout as it stands in AnyRail. So we start out down here. You can see it's basically, this is all walkway in between. You've got basically a big U. This is going to be a lift-up bridge or a section. The red lines on here are where I'm planning to have a backdrop or a divider. So we'll start out at the yard down here. Here's the Los Nitos yard. And we're going to head out to the right over here, going into Santa Fe Springs. We've got our first industry, at least on the layout here. That's the Liberty vegetable oil. And then we go into United Polymers, Shasta Beverages. I don't think I showed you that one, but it was in that whole group of stuff that was kind of in La Mirada, Cerritos. Royal Plywood is another place. There's our beverages. Got a couple little ideas, maybe an In-N-Out burger right here, you know, a gas station of some sort. Head into Stanton, which is, I think, still Orange County. And then, yeah, here's our recycling spot. So this used to be what I called the junkyard. It's now going to be that recycling area. Come back down here, maybe some retail or something. Not sure what I'm going to do here. Here's our marble supply company. Here's SoCal Edison. Here's our little van shop. We're now into Huntington Beach. And you can see I kind of had to fit things in where they fit, but generally the flow of them all kind of flows down to the end of the Huntington Beach spur at Reliable Warehouse, and put Surfer Outlet down here. You can see the track layout here. It is a circle, so I do have a little cutover over here, which was initially just going to be another industry in this area. But I kind of like to have, you know, at least a loop. I want to have a loop, so you know, when people come over, you know, they don't want to see switching, you know, stuff around. They want to see, you know, a train's running around. So this actually does make a loop with a big main line. So I can cut through here and into the yard. This will also facilitate doing some of the yard work because I'm limited on space. So this is like 15 by, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 feet. So 15 by 9 feet roughly, give or take a few inches. So that's the layout as it stands. I've got all of the track laid out. You can see down here, this line actually crosses and connects up. So it's almost like I've got a runaround that starts all the way over here, comes all the way down here, all the way to the recycling area. Initially, I didn't have that. I actually had the plywood and Shasta beverage here coming off of sort of the main line over here. It actually broke off of here for beverage, and it wasn't long enough. You know, you had a lot of curve in it, so I had to kind of think something else up here. Thought about making it break off here and come down, but it's just kind of the rails I had and everything that fit it. I'm going to try this. So there's actually a break off here. And then it connects up. So it's actually like a second runaround because here's the other runaround. But this runaround, I initially had this broken. So this was an endpoint here and another endpoint here. It didn't actually cross the road, but then it kind of didn't make sense because you've got two rail lines ending up right here. So I don't know yet what I'm going to do here. I don't know if I'm going to leave that as sort of a secondary runaround here or what. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. But I don't know. That's what I got right now. I'm gonna go with it. The track's kind of laid down in this fashion, and we're gonna go take a look at that right now. So let's jump over to the actual site and have a look at the layout. All right. So here it is. This is the layout as I've got it planned out, and the work I've got done so far. I think since the last video, I ended up adding the yard section here. Now, if you remember, I'm going to have a divider pretty much right down this line. So it'll have a backdrop on either side, one for the yard, and then one for the industries on the other side. Ran out of some track here, so it's not completely completed. Still got to do a little bit more track work there, but I've got the main line and the first, I guess, arrival and departure line connected up. And I've just been kind of running my trains that I do have right now just to, you know, test it out, check out how the switching works, make any changes. Don't mind that one little piece of track there. I'll talk about that in a second. But coming down the yard, we've got a temporary duck under at this point. The track's not even connected to anything. So let's duck under without hitting my head. We come over to here. So there's our first industry. I think that was the vegetable area. The purple lines here, this is where the road is going to go, or at least that's where I'm planning where the road is going to go. And like I said, here's our first runaround that was going to be just for two industries, one right here and then one right there with a road in between. But I debated whether to keep the road here or not. I think I'm going to keep the road, and I might not use this as a runaround. You know, we might just take that section of track out right there, or at least like kind of pave over it like it used to be in use, but it's no longer in use, and so this is just a spur for the industry here, and then over there will be the spur for that industry. But I like that because it kind of gives me a lot more room, and I've just got a few cars set out here and there just to kind of size things up and see how many cars I can get in. But you can see I could probably get like 3 cars in here for the industry. I forgot which one this was, but that was the Shasta beverage, I think. Backdrop is going to be all along here. Again, I've just got a temporary thing I printed out just to see how it looked. Coming back around, this is where the In-N-Out burger is probably going to be, and then I had the gas station over in this section. Again, a road running from the seam here over to here. HO scale, it's about 8 inches is what the lines are measured out to, so the street will be someplace inside of here. The streets generally are like 4-lane plus a middle divider lane sort of thing in the area. And I measured them out on the maps and stuff, and I think it comes out to scale-wise about 7¾ inches, 7½ inches, something like that. So this is 8 inches, so I'm kind of including a sidewalk along here on either side of the road. And we turn around, this is where the recycling yard is going to be. Pretty much this whole section here. Now I might do another rail off of here, I'm not sure yet. And then we come back around and we start going into the other section with our industries heading all the way up to the end over there into Huntington Beach. This rail here, I was just kind of sizing things up because I had an idea. If you saw on the map, a lot of the endpoints kind of curve around or they curve out into industries, and I'm just thinking, I wonder if I could put another switch out right here, or turn off, I mean, right, and actually have it come out this way. Build a little bit of bench work here, maybe 1 foot to 1.5 foot square out like that, and it wouldn't impede into the actual aisle, because the aisle is pretty wide here. I think it's what, 4 feet? Just taking a look at it. So 4 feet between there and there. If I come out 2 feet this way, I can actually have another industry right here that I can add in. Just a thought, and I was just sort of trying it out with a piece of old flex track, seeing how it would look. And again, we're going to have a divider right there along that seam. We're heading out this way to Huntington Beach. Somewhere over here is going to be the van store. I'm not quite sure where. I don't know if it's going to be in the center over here or off to the side right here. Probably in the center because there's a little bit more room there, but again, it's trying to do sort of pseudo-prototypical freelance. So it's based on our real industries, but kind of moving them around and making them fit where things need to fit. So you can see I'm using the NCE power cab. It's a starter one. I actually had that on my other layout, which this is actually from the other layout, which was freelance. The actual panel was right here, but temporarily moved it over to this side because working the yard, I'm able to get this underneath the table and then work the yard while from the other side. So my plan is to get a wireless controller, and I'm kind of leaning towards, what is it, the ECU, is it cab controller or control cab, you know, the one that kind of looks like a phone, you know, runs Android. That one's kind of interesting looking, and still debating whether to do that or go with something else, but that's the plan, is to have a wireless setup so you can work the yard, do all your switching in the yard, or not switching, but you know, all your staging in the yard and everything, and then only have to duck under here, or however I'm going to work that. I'm still not sure if it's going to be a lift up or a pull out, or just leave it as a duck under. And then come back in here and work switching on the other industries all throughout here. Lots of work still to do on the bench work, but I really wanted to get the rails on there just to really get an idea of how the switching would work. So they're not glued on or anything, just pinned in with you know, little nails, so I can still change stuff around as I go. I still got to put a few legs in, and I got to tidy up my wiring here. Here's a good look at what I've got on there. Now I'm using those, I forgot what the heck they're called, those little blue connectors. Some of them are red, or they come in red. And I've got my main power lines here temporarily. One is black, one is green. I wanted either white or red for the other one, but Lowe's was all out, so I ended up having to go with a green one, which with this size layout, I'm good, as long as one of them is black, and I know the other one is green. And here's another story. I guess we can talk about this little guy. So this is an interesting little item. I picked this up from Overland Hobbies, if it would focus. There we go. And it is the Southern Pacific GP38-2 with DCC. Unfortunately, this one's going to be going back because it came damaged. The rear truck wire was pulled out, and the LED lights were just kind of dangling in the back, and what else was wrong? There's a couple little detail parts that were just laying in the box, you know, some of the sanding pipes and a couple other piping from the bottom of train. So that's going back to Overland Hobbies, and they're actually sending me out another one, which is cool of them to do that. Although unfortunate that athearn has got like some kind of quality control issue, because they told me that they literally got that from athearn and directly sent it to me. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that little look back at 4 years ago. Man, what a difference, huh? A lot of construction has happened. A lot of we've had a lot of fun over here over the last 4 years, taking a look at all of this stuff over here. Man, remember when it was just a big pile of blue foam board and everything like that? And now we've got fantastic little scenes down here in Huntington Beach. We've got new industries. We've got, all sorts of stuff has changed. But hope you enjoyed that little flashback right there. Let me know what you think of that sort of video every once in a while. Maybe when it's a little bit too hot in here to actually film new videos, we can do a little flashback from time to time. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, the like button, all that. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And don't worry, we'll be running trains over here. We've got lots of trains to go. We got a bunch of locals over here and everything else. So, again, have a good weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.